Guys, in this video, we are going to talk about the second transformation, the Y shift factor, which we denote by the letter K. So, as usual, as we saw in the previous video, we start with the base graph y equals x squared, and we have a table of values here. Um, so here we substitute the -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2, the numbers that we have chosen for the x values, into the formula where the x is, and then we get the y values. So -2, 4, -1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4. We also added two other points, 3 and 9, because 3 squared is 9. -3 squared is also 9. So I've done that and I've plotted it here. So what happens if we have the x squared, but we're adding a 2 to it? What will it do to the graph? How will it transform the graph? So one way to do that would be to take the value x squared. So we go the x there, put a square there, put a 2 there. So now what we have is a 6. Now I can put these numbers, the x values, into the equation and get these numbers. The second way of doing it is we already have the x squared values here, which is the y value. I can simply add a 2 to those values. For example, here I can have 1 plus 2 is a 3. So I can get 1 plus 2 is a 3. 0 plus 2, I'm sorry, 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is a 3. 0 plus 2 is a 2. 1 plus 2 is a 3 again. 4 plus 2 is a 6. Now I can plot these points and see what happens to the original graph, how it has transformed. So -2 now becomes 6. -2 has become 6. Um, the -1 value, the x value was 1. Now it has become 3. So it is right there. Oh, let me blow this up a little bit so the graphing looks nice. And so the 0, 0, it's been moved up by 2 units, like that. And the 1, 1 we had there before, look at that, the 1, 1 now has become 1, 3. Okay, so now it's become 1, 3. Again, going back, looking at the numbers, the 2, 4 now has become 2, 6. So 2, 6. And we can also do the same thing to these values here. The -3 and 9, we are adding 2 to the 9 becomes 11 here, and then does the 11 here. So now we have a graph. It looks like this. So what do we conclude? So let's zoom in and look at the numbers and make a conclusion from here. So the original graph, or the base graph that we know is the base graph. Now the base graph has been moved up by 2 units. It has been shifted up by 2 units, and that's what you see here in the graph as well. You see these numbers here, 0, 0. Now it's become 2, 0, 1, 1, 1, 3, 2, 4, 2, 6, 3, 9, 3, 11. Same on the other side. So the plus 2 here in this equation has the effect of moving the whole graph up by 2 units. So it has shifted up. There is a Y shift that is happening. Okay. So let's look at what happens if we have a negative number. So if we have a negative number, say y equals x squared minus 3. Okay, so let's say we want to plot this. We have the y squared values here from the second column. I'm sorry, the x squared values, which is the same thing as the y. So instead of saying x squared, we can say the y value. Instead of saying y value, we can say the x squared value. We are going to subtract 3 from all these numbers. So 4 take away 3 is a 1. 1 take away 3 is a -2. 0 take away 3 is a -3. 1 take away 3 is a -2. and 4 take away 3 is a 1. So plotting all this on the graph, let me make this a little bigger. So putting it all in the graph here, so I have this point I had before, which was 2 comma 4, now has dropped down 3 units. It's dropped down here. And then the next point is -1 comma -2. So -1 comma -2. And then we have 0 comma -3. And we have 1 comma -2. And then we have 2 comma 1. Okay, so joining all this as smooth as I can. Okay, I don't have enough points there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this value here, the 3 comma 9. I'm going to drop the 9 by 3. So if I drop the 9 by 3, I go to 6. Do that on the other side as well. And when I join them, what I now notice is the base graph, which is this, the base graph y equals x squared, now has transformed to y equals x squared minus 3. The whole graph is shifted down by 3 units. So how do we summarize the whole thing that we learned today? Okay, so clearing this lot. Okay, so if I have y equals x squared plus k, if the k value is bigger than 0, then we have shift up k units. If the k value is less than 0, we are going to shift down k units. Okay, let's interpret that with the numbers that we have here. So y equals x squared plus 2 means the base graph is moved up by 2 units. Y equals x squared minus 3, that is the k value is a -3, in the first case was a +2. The k value is a -3. The whole of these y values moves down by 3 units. Notice that the x values remain the same. Remember, they are the independent variables, so we're not transforming anything in this. We will be doing that sometime later. Here, all you need to know is the k value is positive, it moves up, k value is negative, it moves down. See you in the next video.